face.
At least he's wearing a bow tie and not a kilt.
I think we're all happy wearing a bow tie.
So there are kilts in the con.
There are.
Oh yes, many of them. It always works much better if there's one in the audience, but if there is, he's hiding.
If there's someone kilted, now's your chance.
No, I
Win
think
this copy of this book right now. Anyone in the kilt right now.
it's only Thursday. They're not prepped.
But can you imagine, like, what's going to happen? Because the TV series is going to be a fantastic. The book is fantastic. You are going to be the cause of years worth of kilted cosplayers. Are you ready for this responsibility?
Kilts have been around for a good long time. I think they'll survive cosplayers too.
Fantastic. So you've, so I said at the beginning, it's a very exciting time. The book is fantastic. The eighth in the series, 12th we're counting Lord John Grey.
About 14 all told, but that's including the companion and the exile.
The Outlandishes and Exile, the graphic novel, which, if not here, where we should also mention.
Absolutely.
And the series that is starting in Star. So I guess my question, which is the Sophie's choice of questions, which is more exciting for you, to be having seeing the characters come to life on the TV series for Stars, or to further their story in the book?
Oh, well, they're such different experiences, they're not really comparable, but, just in terms of, straight out, wow, this is cool, then totally the TV series, because it's a novel experience, and it isn't my responsibility.
So in watching these characters come to life, what surprised you? Because you've lived with them longer than anybody.
Just how well it was done. I was very trepidatious about having, a movie or TV show made of my books because, I've heard terrible stories, many of them from authors who have had horrible things done to their books. And, I've seen some really bad adaptations. I've seen some very good ones too, though. But I was very relieved when Ron Moore got the job, so to speak, because, I'd seen his work and I kind of trusted his instincts, trusted him more when he and his producing partner Merrill came out and spent 2 days with me at my house before they started work, talking through characters and storylines and backstory, and asking me if there were things that weren't in the books that they ought to know about, and what did I think of in future books that might be helpful, and sharing with me their ideas for adaptation. For instance, Ron said at one point, he said, the first book begins rather slowly, and you can do that in a novel because the prose will pull people along. He said, you can't do that in a TV show because they'll turn the channel if you don't catch them in the first minute or two. He said, so what I'd like to do, obviously Claire is the center of this story, she's the heart of it. We need to see her in a context where we are riveted by her and identify with her right away. So he said, what I'd like to do is a little 2-minute visual prologue where we see her before the story actually begins, during World War II, in a military hospital, with blood squirting all over, saving lives and, being fierce and competent and, being who she is. And I'm going, yeah. So anyway, we were obviously on the same wavelength, so I felt, reasonably confident, but still there was this little problem of actors. Because, I've been through years and years and years of the casting wars with people posting, just hideous pictures of people like Chris Hemsworth and thinking, okay, no. I'm sure the man is a fine actor, but long, straight nose, no. And he looks perfectly fine as he is, no quibbles whatsoever, but he certainly doesn't look like Jamie Fraser. And so I just had no idea what might happen. I was reasonably sure that for a TV series, they were not actually going to get someone like Chris Hemsworth or, perish the thought, Tom Cruise. But, we were saved by the budget, so to speak. But,
did you have an angry letter ready to go in case it happened?
I thought I would await the occasion. These things are better, hot off the press or anything contemplated. If I had second thoughts about things, things might be different. No, but anyway, I was a little concerned because you just don't know. And you don't know how well people will be able to do this. I've seen really great actors. I saw Sissy Spacek become Loretta Lynn right in front of my eyes. I said, well, obviously such things are possible, but how often does this happen? I don't know. So anyway, they started work right away, and I was astonished just a few weeks later to get a call from Ron and Meryl saying, "Oh, we're so excited, we found Jamie." I said, "Really? Are you kidding?" Because everyone thought it would just take forever to find Jamie. You know, Claire would be no problem. There are billions of wonderful British actresses, but you know how many 6'3" Scottish actors are there who are also good? And Meryl was saying, I was sure we'd go through 6 months of finding no one, and then it would turn out to be the UPS man. But instead, we found this wonderful actor, and you know, he's just about the first one we auditioned. But we just looked at him and said, "Hey, that's Jamie right there." And I said, "Cool." You know, I was with my husband driving from Phoenix to Santa Fe, and I got this call in Flagstaff, and they were saying, "We're so excited, we're sending you his audition tape, so you can look at it." And I said, "Great, I can't look at it till tonight, but you know, what's his name?" So they told me, and so we were driving along, and I'm Googling Sam Heughan on my iPhone. Well, now, Sam is a wonderful actor, but he's very chameleonic. He looks completely different in every single one of his roles. He looks completely different in photographs than he does in life or on the screen, for that matter. And frankly, his IMDb photos don't do him any justice at all. So I'm looking at these, and I'm thinking, this man looks grotesque. What are you thinking? Anyway, we had dinner. I powered up my computer, and I'm going like this because I'm not sure what you're going to see. But, you know, 5 seconds in, I was saying, he looks fine. He doesn't look anything like his photos. 5 seconds more, he was gone, and it was just Jamie Fraser right in front of me. I was so astonished.
Yes.
So, you know, it's been like that all the way. This venture is blessed by luck.
No, Japanese mythology, because Japanese mythology has like a skajillion luck gods, but Ebisu is the god of luck through hard work. So I think you're making your own luck.
The harder you work, the luckier you get, or so I've heard.
Was the casting of Claire similarly fraught?
Yes, it was, because, as I said, everyone thought that Claire would be so easy to find. And in fact, they auditioned, you know, dozens and dozens and dozens of really good British actresses. And they had Sam come and do chemistry tests with some of them, and yeah, just everyone was saying, well, she's good, but she's not Claire. And finally, I heard this from one of the stars, VPs, and she said, finally we just got so desperate, we called the casting people and said, send us all the tapes from all the people that you cut, you've sent us, your pick, but send us the ones below that you thought weren't worth sending to us. And so these 3 VPs took them home, these rejects, so to speak, and watched them over the weekend. And they came back, and every single one of them said, well, there's this one girl, there's something about her, and they had all picked the same one, this nice Irish actress named Katrina Balfe. And so they called Katrina to come back in. They told me that her first audition was a self-tape, which somebody said it looked as though she had taken it on her iPhone. And so you had done without direction or anything, so it wasn't directorially on key, but they said there's something about her that's Claire. And so they called her back in to do, formal audition, casting director and all that, which, went really well. And so they said, well, cross your fingers, get Sam out here again. So the poor man flew from Glasgow to LA, which is an 11-hour flight, did the audition with her in an hour, and everyone was just blown away by it. It was spectacular. I saw it. It was terrific. But then he had to fly 11 hours back and then spend 7 hours having his prosthetic back fitted. He was tweeting me after this. He said, they've screwed up my cab. I'm standing in a deserted industrial estate in East London, longing for my bed. So don't ever say that actors don't work for their money.
And where's the production happening?
Production is actually in Scotland, which is wonderful. They have taken over a disused circuit board factory in a little place called Cumbernauld, which is just outside Glasgow. Gutted the place, redid it all in 2 months, and it is now Outlander World. I got to visit it for 10 days in February, and was just staggered by the amount of ingenuity and productivity going on there.
Outlander World.
That's what the people who work there call it.
Do you see theme park dominance?
Well, I don't know. My husband would like to see the Blackjack Randall ride, but I'm sure.